Flight Max.
Go.
We just lost tire pressure on left outboard and left inboard, both tires.
And Columbia, Houston, we see your tire pressure messages, and we did not copy your last.
Instrumentation, Max?
Flight Max, those are also off.
Flight income.
Go.
Yeah, we're just taking a few hits here. We're right up on top of the tail. Not too bad.
Max Flight.
Flight Max.
And there's no commonality between all these tire pressure instrumentations and the hydraulic return instrumentations?
No, sir, there's not. We've also lost the nose gear down talkback and the right main gear down talkback.
Nose gear and right main gear down talkbacks?
Yes, sir.
And flight ecom?
Ecom.
I've got 4 temperature sensors on the bottom line data that are off scale low.
Columbia out of communications at present with Mission Control as it continues its course toward Florida.
Flight Inco, I didn't expect this bad of a hit on comm.
GC, how far are we from UHF? Is that 2-minute clock good?
Affirmative, Flight.
Flight GNC.
Go.
If we have any reason to suspect any sort of controllability issue, I would keep the control cards handy on page 4-13.
Copy.
"14 minutes to touchdown for Columbia at the Kennedy Space Center. Flight controllers are continuing to stand by to regain communications with the spacecraft."
Inco, we were rolled left last data we had, and you weren't expecting a little bit of Radicom, but not this long.
That's correct, Flight. I expect it to be a little bit intermittent, and this is pretty solid right here.
No onboard system config changes right before we lost data.
That's correct, Flight. All look good.
Still all on string 2 and everything looked good.
String 2 looking good.
Two minutes to Mila.
Columbia, Houston, comm check.
Flight Fighter.
Go.
Close-in aim point with the 1-hour balloon shows us touching down at 1496, 1,500 feet down the runway. Our crosswind right now is on the left, from the left, on the 3-3 end.
Columbia, Houston, UHF comm check.
Capcom Charlie Hobaugh calling Columbia on the UHF
But I'd like to
frequency
say where we're
as
at.
it approaches the Merritt Island tracking station range in Florida.
I copy.
Flight Max.
12.5
On the
minutes
tire
to
pressures, we
touchdown
did
according
see them
to
go erratic
clocks
for a
and
little
mission
bit before they
control.
went away, so I do believe it's instrumentation.
Okay.
Columbia, Houston, UHF comm check.
Flight Fido.
Go.
I know this date is a little late. The 1 hour balloon protects us for wind
Columbia,
persistence.
Houston, UHF comm check.
I think we're in a smaller wind persistence case than that. In other words, we shouldn't expect as big of a change. I'm comfortable with 1,500 feet down the runway.
Flight controllers are standing by for Columbia to move within communications range
Flight
of the Merritt
GC.
Island
Go.
tracking
Milo's
station
not
in Florida.
reporting any RF at this time.
Flight
To
Echo
regain
SBC
communications
just
with
should have taken
Columbia.
us to stay low.
Okay. Fido, when are you expecting tracking?
1 minute ago, flight.
Also, flight controller standing by for tracking data of Columbia that also received through the Merritt Island tracking
Columbia,
station.
Houston, UHF comm check.
Ten and a half minutes to anticipated touchdown for Columbia.
And Flight GC, no C-band yet.
Copy.
Flight controllers are still standing by for C-band tracking data from the Merritt Island tracking station of Columbia and UHF communications.
Columbia, Houston, UHF comm check.
Flight Echo.
Go.
I could swap strings in the blind.
Okay. Command is over.
Good work, Flight.
Eight minutes on the touchdown clock for Columbia. Flight controllers continuing to stand by to regain communications with the spacecraft.
Flight Echo commanded string 1 in the blind.
Inco.
I commanded string 1 in the blind, Flight.
Copy.
Flight controllers standing by for communications through the Merritt Island tracking station, a ground tracking site in Florida.
And Flight GC.
Go.
Milo's taking one of their antennas off into a search mode.
Copy. Final flight.
Go ahead, Flight.
Have we gotten any tracking data?
We got a blip of tracking data. It was a bad data point, Flight. We do not believe that was the orbiter. We're in a search pattern with our C-bands at this time. We do not have any valid data at this time.
Okay. Any other trackers that we can go to?
Let me start talking, Flight. Our navigator.
This is Mission Control Houston. Flight controllers are continuing to seek tracking data of Columbia. Touchdown clocks count down to 6 minutes to touchdown for the anticipated touchdown of Columbia at the Kennedy Space Center runway. Tracking data is being sought through the Merritt Island tracking station located near the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Communications with Columbia were lost at about 8 a.m. Central Time, about 10 minutes ago. This is Mission Control Houston. Flight controllers are continuing to stand by for communications from Columbia. The last communications with the spacecraft occurred about 8 a.m. Central Time as it was above Central Texas. Currently seeking communications or tracking data from the spacecraft through C-band radar and ground tracking
GC
sites
flight.
located at the Merritt Island tracking
GC
station in
flight.
Florida.
Flight GC.
Lock the doors.
Copy.
Fido, do you have any tracking?
No, sir.
Flight MOD on the flight loop.
Flight Fido.
Go.
My C-bands have not required anything. We are only acquiring false locks at this time.
I copy, Fido.
This is Mission Control Houston. Flight controllers continue to seek tracking
Okay, all
or
flight controllers on the
communications
flight
with
loop. We need
Columbia
to kick off
through
the
Merritt Island
FCOH
tracking station.
contingency plan procedure. FCOH checklist, page
Last communications with Columbia
2.8-5.
was at 8 a.m. Central Time, approximately above Texas as it approached the Kennedy Space Center for its landing. Flight Director Leroy Cain is now instructing controllers to get out their contingency procedures and begin to follow those.
Fight or flight.
Go ahead.
Do you have any information or reports from Space Command?
The Flight Dynamics Officer reports no tracking data from the C-band radar at the Merritt Island Tracking Station has been reported of any objects.
Okay. Okay, and all flight controllers on page 9 of the FCOH procedure, you need to make sure you step through the actions required in step 20. That's for your workstation logs, display printouts. There's a whole list of data collection items that we need to make sure we log through.
This is Mission Control Houston. Flight Director Leroy Cain is instructing controllers to follow contingency procedures. The last communications with the shuttle Columbia during its descent from orbit were at about 8 a.m. Central Time as it was descending through the atmosphere.
And GC flight?
Flight GC.
Vital flight. We need to take the equivalent
At
of
an
a command
altitude of
server,
about 207,000
TSU
feet.
checkpoint.
Yes, sir.
Copy.
We don't have
En
the
route
old
to the
Mock
Kennedy
DSC
Space Center,
checkpoint.
Florida,
We
a
got
touchdown
an equivalent
that was
capability that we need to do.
anticipated
that
to
done.
occur about 2.5 minutes ago. Flight controllers received no further communications with the spacecraft after about 8 a.m. Central Time, and no further
GC
tracking
flight.
data from the spacecraft
GC.
was gained from
You
C-band
understand
tracking radar at the
How to
Merritt
do the
Island
end-of-file
Tracking Station in
log page
Florida.
that we need in the
Yes, sir.
checklist. Okay.
Contingency procedures in effect in mission control require all operators to conserve all their data and log books and notes that have been taken, that being instructed by Flight Director Leroy Cain for controllers to begin following those steps and secure all information.
And Folks, listen up again on the flight loop. No phone calls off-site, outside of this room. Our discussions are on these loops, on the recorded DVIS loops only. No data, no phone calls, no transmissions anywhere into or out.
And Flight GC.
GC?
Yeah, we have no way of disabling the black phones.
I understand.
Again, Flight Director Leroy Cain has declared a contingency. Flight controllers here in Mission Control are securing all their information, notes, and data gathered from the spacecraft. The last communications with Columbia at 8 a.m. Central Time as it was descending toward Florida for its landing.
Bill, have you
at that time about 207,000 feet above Central Texas, traveling approximately 12,500 miles per hour,
and the Twix is on
1,192 miles from its touchdown at Kennedy
Space Center. That one I'd like to do as soon as we can, Bill.
Copy.
Since 8 a.m., no communications were received with Columbia and no tracking data received through the Merritt Island tracking station. Those efforts made, the Flight Dynamics Officer reports no objects tracked through that tracking data.
Final flight. GC flight.
Flight GC.
Is the command system still armed?
Affirmative.
Let's safe it.
Copy.
In code, we're going to safe the command system.
And Flight GC. Checkpoints on command server and track server have been completed.